In today's episode, Albert asks, what is the best way to sell the idea of marketing data science to executives that don't see its value without making them lose face or look bad? So, data science is a practice, right? There's nothing really to buy. It is a methodology using the scientific method and technical, mathematical, and business skills. And so it blends in pretty well with pretty much anything that's going on in an organization that has data and wants to get more value out of it. Generally speaking, this is not always true for all organizations and people, but generally speaking, most executives want the same things, right? They want to get their bonus. They don't want to look bad. They don't want to get fired. And fundamentally, it comes down to wanting to save time, save money, or make money, right? Those are kind of the three big levers that most executives want to be able to have at their disposal. How can I make things go faster? How can I make things more efficient? How can I make things more productive? And this is true across, almost every industry and discipline. So there's a couple different ways you can sell in the idea of data science to an organization. First is, without pointing out specific failures, unless they're, pretty high profile and everyone knows it, or ideally point out competitors' failures. People like that a whole lot more. Look for opportunities where a campaign went off the rails because people made decisions that went in the face of data, went in the face of proper analysis. You can see when a competitor has a misstep and you're like, if only they had actually done some research and not put out an ad or a campaign or a creative or an email that was so tone deaf or out of step with the marketplace. That's how you can point out the value of data science to somebody who doesn't necessarily understand it. A lot of the times you don't get buy-in for a few reasons, right? One is they don't understand what it is they're buying. Two is they feel there's too much risk. And three, there's not enough upside. If they feel there's too much risk, it's because they don't understand it. It's because they don't understand, in this case, a discipline, a way of thinking, right? You're not selling somebody a piece of software. Yes, there are software costs or agency costs or whatever, once you make a commitment to go down that route. But the principles of data science, the discipline of data science is such that it's a way of thinking. So when you look at a competitor that's made a misstep and made a decision that flies in the face of data, share how proper use of the scientific method could have saved that campaign. It could have prevented the mistakes in the first place. Oh, you put out an advertisement for a certain thing on a day that was culturally insensitive, right? That's clearly doing something in the face of known data, and it's a way to say to somebody, look, this is, if you just done a little bit of work and run a small test to an audience to prove the value or to prove the effectiveness, then you can roll out a big one. That's the scientific method, right? You test with a hypothesis, prove it true or false, refine it, and repeat over and over again until you figure out what really works. That's the essence of data science. It's just the scientific method using your data. So for buy-in, focus on the competitors, find the lever that works for the executive, and ultimately show them how you would have done things differently. And when it comes to launching your first data science initiatives within the company, look for small, easy things to start with, right? Don't try and build a massive, massive infrastructure. Say, I want to use the scientific method properly to A/B test a call to action on the website, right? So that way you can use existing tools like Google Optimize that can handle the test, collect, and analyze phases of the scientific method. I say, I'm just looking to try and improve conversion rates on that button there by 2%. It would be very difficult for an executive to say, okay, you want to improve conversion rates on one little thing for a short period of time with no investment. What have they got to lose? Right? Using industry-proven tools, find that pilot, and if you happen to deliver more than 2%, great. If you don't, they're not out anything, and you can say, yeah, we ran the experiment, we proved that there is no value in changing the color of the call to action, right? That's easy, that's simple, that is understandable. People can wrap their brains around that and go, okay, we're just going to run a test to try and improve conversion a little bit here, right? Run an A/B test in an email and look at your calendar, look at your organization and say, okay, we're going to do this at the least busy time so that we're not, don't do it like if you're a retailer and you want to embrace data science, don't do it in the middle of the holiday retail season, right? Do it after the holidays. Do it when it's quiet and you're still getting some traffic and stuff, but your whole company's future is not hinging on it. That way people, again, you're trying to mitigate risk. You're trying to reassure people that this is a relatively risk-free way of thinking about using your data. So there's a lot of different ways to approach this. It depends ultimately on your company's culture and their appetite for risk and your ability to present a low or no risk set of use cases that are small in size that will let them see some benefit, but not terrify people. All right. Good question, Albert. If you have follow-ups, please leave them in the comments box below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon.
Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.